How do you oil antique clocks? If you own an antique clock, you might be wondering how to keep it ticking smoothly. Oiling is a key part of maintaining these beautiful timepieces. Let's break down the process step by step so you can keep your clock in great shape. First, remember that antique clocks have mechanical movements made up of gears, pivots, and arbors. These parts move against each other, and they need lubrication to work properly. The right oil helps reduce friction and wear, ensuring your clock keeps accurate time. When choosing oil, make sure it is specifically designed for clocks. It should be light, non-drying, and non-gumming. This type of oil prevents dust from sticking and forming harmful residues. One common mistake is overoiling. Too much oil can attract dirt and create a paste that damages the movement. Now, let's get into the steps for oiling your antique clock. Start by preparing your workspace. Choose a clean, well-lit area and lay down a soft cloth to protect the clock case. It is a good idea to wear cotton gloves to avoid leaving skin oils on the clock parts. Next, you need to access the clock movement. Depending on the type of clock you have, this may involve removing a back panel or opening the front or side panels. Be gentle while doing this to avoid any damage. Once you have access, identify the lubrication points. Look for the pivot points where the gears and wheels rotate. These are usually small metal shafts that fit into holes in the brass plates of the movement. For applying oil, use a fine oiler tool like a needle oiler, a small wire, or even a toothpick. Avoid using household oils as they can cause problems. Now apply a tiny drop of oil, about the size of a pinhead, to each pivot hole. The goal is to lubricate without excess oil spilling out. Make sure to focus on the pivot holes in both the front and back plates where the wheels turn. If you have an 8-day clock, there are usually at least 4 pivot points. Striking clocks may have even more. Don't forget to oil other moving parts like the escapement pivots. After applying the oil, allow it to penetrate. Position the clock face down or in a way that lets the oil settle into the pivot holes. This helps lubricate the parts effectively. Finally, carefully reassemble the clock and test it to ensure it runs smoothly and keeps time accurately. As a general rule, oil your antique clock every 3 to 5 years, depending on how often you use it and the environment it's in. If your clock hasn't been oiled for a long time or is running poorly, consider having a professional cleaning and overhaul. Remember, only use high-quality clock oil made for antique clocks. Other oils can gum up or damage the mechanism. By following these steps, you can keep your antique clock in excellent condition for many years to come.